What's up, YouTube? Happy Wednesday, CHF here, bringing you another episode of Coaching Handheld Football. But before we get into some coaching, let's take a look at the news. There's really not too much in the news today. We do have a new flashback promo, but it's the same promo as before, where you collect the VHS tapes and turn those in to get some players. And the 4 new players that are added today, you've got a 115 overall Drew Brees, who honestly, if you participated in the draft and you took my advice, you probably would have got Baker Mayfield, so this card is really just one that you'd skip right over. You then have a LaShawn McCoy. Once again, if you got Saquon Barkley, you can just skip right over here. If I were to say that any of these two are worth targeting, it would be the Cameron Wake and the Julio Jones. But honestly, the draft promo was just such a great promo, and there were so many good cards that were available to free-to-play players. This can help you round out the team, so it's definitely more grindable, high overall players, but it's definitely a step back from the draft. They do have these limited editions that are the only available in packs, which for free-to-play guys, they're just kind of, not really attainable since they're in Madden Cash-only packs. But really, that's all that's in the news today, guys. So let's go ahead and hop into some coaching. All right, guys, so we're going up against Average Savages. The ladder has me going up against this 106 defense today, so playing down. So should be a day where I can kind of show off some big plays, since I should have an advantage as far as matchup goes. So I'm going to hit on some big, long pass plays today and just highlight a few other things to coach you on, since we've got a 99-yard tournament coming up this weekend. I figured showing you guys some good options for bombs would be a good idea. So we're going to start it off here with trips, corner, strike. Now, we've got a blitz coverage here, which when you're getting blitzed, there's a couple of different options that you're going to look to. Normally, if it's most normal coverages, you go to your slot or wide receiver 1. But against this blitz coverage, you're actually going to go to wide receiver 2. Take a look. So we're going to snap it back. The blitz is coming in. Thankfully, my guys did a good job of catching the blitz because I've added to my offensive line. But there you go. You hit wide receiver 2, and it's going to be pretty safe. Now, here we go, post corners. This is a big play that has home run potential. It does have a little bit of risk on it, so I like to use it if I know I've got a mismatch. But basically, you're going to look to either wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2, and you're going to look for one-on-one coverage and go with a bomb. So here we go. You do have to set blocks on this play, or you won't be able to get it off. But there we go. We got Evans one-on-one. He's a big, tall guy, and we get a big gain off of that one. Another play we're going to look to here is going to be double hitch. Now, this nickel zone coverage is actually counter formation for double hitch. However, since I have an overall advantage, we'll take a look here. But against counter formation, throwing it can be pretty risky against this play. But as you can see here, you can actually get off a scramble. And usually a pretty good scramble, because as you can see there, we picked up over 10 yards against a medium, hard countered play. Downside is we used our scramble. So here we're going to go weak eye double counter, and we're just going to show off, Baker Mayfield. One thing we're going to show off Saquon Barkley, and I'm going to slow this one down because I want you to pay close attention to what you're about to see here. So right here, we are about to get tackled, okay? And this is the perfect time to use what I think is the best skill move in the game, and that's the stiff arm. So I'm actually going to slow this down and take a look. So he's coming in at an angle. He should be tackled, but I'm going to throw out the stiff arm while I'm still going sideways and take a look at all of those extra yards just from throwing out that stiff arm. It went from being a tackle to being a first down. So here we go. We're going to go dive weak, just trying to get inside the 5 so we can run a fullback flare. Success. We're inside the 5. We're going to go fullback flare inside the 5. You've seen it before. You'll see it probably a ton more on the channel. It's a broken play. You just go to the fullback who's going to be wide open in the flat. You got to flip it, otherwise you don't get broken coverage. And we're in for our first touchdown. Since we used our scramble, we're going to use toss. It's not countered. Blocks are good, and we're in for our first 8 points on the day. So we're going to go ahead, speed it up, hop right into drive number 2, continue to show more reads, more coverage, and hopefully you learned something from this video. If you did, let me know what you learned. So we're going to start it off same way, trips, corner, strike. This is kind of the preferred coverage where you got this 4-3 zone. You're basically going to be reading the cornerback that's lined up in front of Evans. If he drops into a flat, you're going to go deep. If he drops back, you go to the flat. He's dropping back, so we're going to go to the flat. We hit Baldwin. Tried to do a spin move. I'll be honest, Saquon Barkley has an absolutely sick spin move, so I've kind of been overusing the spin move. Here we're going to go bunch halfback dive, and look at this. We got a hole right up the middle. He does that spin move because his spin move is great. If you have him, learn to master that spin move, and we're going to go right in to post corners again. So once again, the reads, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. I tend to favor wide receiver 1 just because I feel like drops are more of a problem for a right-handed quarterback throwing to the left side of the field. But here we go. The play goes. We got our blocks set. It requires some pocket movement. And look at this. We lead it up, and we hit Evans deep all the way down for a touchdown. Huge gain. We still have scramble, so we're going to go bunch spacing here. It's not countered. So we loop around, and we're in for 16 points on the day. So we'll go ahead, speed it up, hop into our third and final drive, see if we can finish strong after kind of getting messed up yesterday, throwing that pick. And here we go. We get a touchback this time, starting at the 25, sticking with the same script. We're going to go trips corner strike. Once again, we have this blitz coverage, so we're going to be looking to wide receiver 2. We get it off just in time. Basically get 4 yards out of it. If we didn't throw it away, we definitely would have been hit. Here we go, bunch halfback dive. And I want to talk a little bit about running as far as when you make the read. So I'm going to pause it. But when you are taking a run play, there's a lot of run plays where I tell you either take it up the middle, bounce it off to the side. I want to tell you when you make your read. So I'm going to pause it right when you make the read. And it's right when you take the handoff. So here we go. We snap it, and boom, right there, I make the read. The read is either to go up the middle or bounce it off to the left with bunch dive. What I see here is I have a hole between my offensive lineman there, but there is a linebacker gunning towards that slot. So I'm going to go ahead, bounce that to the outside. That's when you make the decision. You got to make it snap on the fly right when you take the handoff. So here we go. We're going to go once again, post corners. Already explained it, so not going to slow it down. Just set the blocks, lob it up. Evans one-on-one, and we are up to about the 10-yard line. Sitting nice and pretty, 3 big plays. We're going to go weak eye, double counter one more time, and we are just going to bounce this one to the outside, and we are up inside the 5. It's exactly where we want to be. So here we go, fullback flare. We know it's not countered, and we are just going to have a nice, easy walk-in touchdown for our third and final drive. So now we just need a 2-point. The perfect 24 is on the table. We're going to go bunch spacing. And right here, it is not countered. So I've explained it before. 45-degree angle pre-snap. Tap the snap button. Tap the scramble button. And you're in for a perfect 24 on the day. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. But if you like this video or you learned something today, go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see what I drop, when I drop it, go ahead and hit that bell icon to join the notification squad. I love you guys. You are the best audience ever. I will see you tomorrow. CHF out.